Hello and welcome to Board Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt.
And Matt, it's time
For Crowdfund Mania! Are you ready to...
to get sued if you say that. Michael
Okay.
Buffer apparently is very litigious, so
Okay,
we're not going to
fair
do
enough.
that.
But you know what I mean.
You
Are you
yes,
ready?
Be ready to check out these amazing and exciting new crowdfunding games. This is our series, Matt, all about those new Kickstarter and Gamefound projects.
We are looking at today at 5 games that are live right now while you're watching this, or just about to come out. So we want to give you a little bit of stuff that is not proper, a little bit under the radar, that is not the big giant campaign that everybody's talking about. We find something
interesting, something interesting and unique. So if you like the sound of that, then maybe you should think about subscribing, especially
hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, if you think we deserve it and you like this video, please hit that button, or otherwise get ready to get manic. No rumbling. To watch and spend money on Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Rolling dice, feeling nice, cardboard dreams and game schemes. Click subscribe, it's a vibe. Board Stupid's all we need. Board Stupid, game reviews for you and me. Board Stupid, here's what you should play and see.
Matt, for the first one in this month's Crowdfund Mania is one that's pretty close to our heart, I think.
Yes, it is, because he's from Owen Davey, that literally lives around the corner from us.
Down there.
It's absolutely fantastic. And the games we're talking about is Fame and Fables, a card game about dungeon and monsters and building your crew and going around RPG style,
slaying beasts, but probably also dying a lot.
Yeah,
It's
a competitive card game.
It's fantastic fun. Now, Owen is an absolutely amazingly talented, brilliant illustrator, by the way.
Yes.
And this is, I think, part of the selling point of this project is his phenomenal illustrations.
Absolutely.
Which are just
the games,
gorgeous.
Yeah, the games looks fantastic. The first time that we saw the games was a year and a half ago. At a very small local con that is Paradise, that is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
That's another story we'll talk about.
Paradise,
but we were first of all, we were very attracted by the art of the game. And then actually playing the game and playing it more after at the UKG, then playing again the Spiel, playing again a few months ago, we saw the develop of this game going from like a concept to actually a very solid game. It doesn't just looks amazing; it plays amazing.
Yeah, it plays super fun. Yeah, Flame and Fable is amazing. It is challenging, it is difficult, it is highly interactive with elements of take that, but also it has this great feeling of building a crew up to then slay some huge beastly monster that will do something horrible to you and probably kill half your crew. But it's a great interactive game.
But it is. So each turn you will play with your cards, trying to recruit more heroes from the tavern. That is the market.
Items or some cool stuff.
Buy some cool items, and then trying to score as many points as you can, because it's still a competitive around the table. Trying to kill the monster. The bigger monster you kill, the more points you get. But every time that you get more points, you will trigger other stuff, like other people can refresh their cards, or a lot of interaction in that sense. And it's got a true solo mode as well, if you like the idea of this. And all of these packaged in such a beautiful game.
Oh my goodness, yeah, you should certainly check out the campaign. Owen has done a phenomenal job with this as a one-man band, essentially. This is a product that looks tremendous, plays well. I mean, it's a great job.
Yeah, and all his work that he's done before, and all the expo that he's been, and people have been trying this game, founding the game so easily. Found it just like after probably like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And the campaigns keep going, and he's doing really, really well. And he definitely deserves it, because it's a fantastic product. It's not just looks nice. It doesn't not just play amazingly. It's the two things together. Yeah. So absolutely check this one out.
Absolutely. Let's move on to the next one. So Matt went on an adventure back to the motherland in Italy,
Yes.
back where all history comes from. And he went on a secret adventure to do a secret mission for us, which is to go and play some secret games. Matt.
Yeah,
And you played
exactly.
one of these, right?
Yes, I was. This was before Christmas. I was lucky enough to be invited at the Ludus Magnus Studios in Rome. Thank you very much, guys, for the invite. And they let me play with what is now live on Gamefound, and is Blasphemous, the board game. Blasphemous, as you probably know, is a video game IP. Is that 2D roguelite?
Okay.
It's got a proper name. I can't remember what the title
roguelike type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
With this very strong theme in this kind of like religious dark fantasy world. The game is based on that IP. As you've been following the channel, you know, for me it's normally like a big red flag, but this is actually well done.
Okay, there you go. It's quite well done.
It takes the some of the main ideas behind the game and actually transform it into a proper board game, because the game itself you basically got this your hero that is this penitent that goes around slash and kill stuff can get malus points, and he can sacrifice himself to become more potent, all that kind of stuff that normally video games do. And this is very well represented onto the board. The game itself is an adventure game. It's a competitive adventure game. So you will have your character that will travel through the map. All the map is divided in different locations. The different location will help you going from this to that and trying to achieve your quest. The game is scenario based, so each scenario will have certain quests, certain things that needs to be done to achieve more points and to win the game. At the same time, it's competitive, so you will play against all the people that are trying to achieve the same things as you. However, there is a little bit of co-op in that as well, because some of the fights you will have to fight alongside another player, otherwise you will never achieve the victory. But yeah, apart from that, it's really interesting how all the things are done in terms of like moving around the board, trying to finish some quest, getting more bonuses. So you can build your character as you want. Each character will have different build, like that you can different kind of like stance. Let's say they will let you become more bulkier or more dashi attack or more faster, depending on what playstyle you wanna do. At the same time, killing minor enemies, you will get treasures. That's gonna be basically adding more stuff to your character. One thing that is really cool, they got these custom dice. The one that you can remove one of the face of the dice and replace it
like
with
a dice forge.
Replace it with a better face once you acquire that from killing an enemy. And in all of that, then this the boss battler of the section of the game. So toward the end, or whenever the games will tell you to do it, you basically move to not from the main board anymore, but to a smaller board that is the boss fights. In these boss fights, again, will be very important where you position your character and how do you move it. So it gets the boss battler like all the games, all the boss battler games, interaction, and but it all done very smoothly. The game doesn't take too long to play. I think we were playing in 3 players, and we did an entire game in probably an hour or something like that. It's really fast and it's very well done. I really liked it. So if you're looking for an American style game where there's a lot of fighting, a lot of things to do, with big boss to do it, or you're a fan of the video game, this is something that you definitely need to check out.
There's been an interesting sort of trend, I think is the word. Trend. So you've got things like Dead Cell, you had Slay the Spire, and then you've got Blasphemous. So there's this roguelike taking these roguelike video games, bringing them into board games?
I think it's because they reflect to the board like more better than all the type of games, maybe.
Because you can start, fail, go again. Oh, interesting. So go check this game.
Yeah, and again, the production-wise, is Ludus Magnus, so everything is absolutely amazing. From the minis to all the components, the dice that you can change the faces. That's pretty cool. So definitely check out Blasphemous.
Matt, as you know, I don't really like cycling, but I quite like a cycling game, or at least a racing game.
Yes.
And this is kind of one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, this was one of the most interesting games that we found out last year at UKG, while they were still prototyping the game or getting the game out. We then got a prototype copy that we played and we really enjoyed it. And we're talking about Spokes. Because now it's live on Kickstarter right now. And it's been one of the most abstract racing game, most interesting that we played in a long time. This was quite innovative and
definitely
and new.
This is very much almost like a heavily abstracted route creating game, a route placing game, right? And it's essentially set in the velodrome.
It is in a velodrome,
so trying to go around the velodrome, but it does this really interesting, I suppose. Yeah, route creation, pathway creation, moving pathways.
Yeah, exactly.
You are essentially going to be taking a coloured piece from your player board and placing it in the velodrome, or replacing it with a piece in the velodrome to try and get matching coloured pieces in a line. And I'm sure Matt will show some pictures on here and what we mean. It's hard to explain, but if you get them in a line, you can then move your bicycle all the way across that line.
Yes,
if it's all the same colour. Yeah, but that's really cool. But then eventually, obviously, other people are going to be doing that. They might see your pathway. They might cut it short.
Start cutting it.
You can do that.
It's really interesting. So on your player board, you will have these pieces. There are the spokes
of your wheel,
of your wheel, and you're gonna interactively change it with the one on the map and try to create this route. The more player, the better, because everybody's gonna start cutting each player out. I think it goes up to 6 player.
Yeah, which is fun.
That is quite a good number. We did play it in
4. It was great.
And it was very good interactive, because you start seeing, that player is gonna do that. Let's
take that out.
Break this
Let's take this off. Yeah.
And then of course there are some other special powers that you can do some combos. But it is again very innovative, because it's not something that we saw before.
Quite puzzly in some ways.
And at the same time, it's quite fast to play and quite fast to learn and to explain. There's not much more than literally this is the piece, put it here, follow the line, how much can you move?
Yeah, exactly. It plays in about half an hour. Easy to pick up, easy to teach. It has a nice, interesting, quite satisfying gameplay loop when you can create a really long line and then suddenly jump across 3 players. Really, really smart design. Puzzly, abstracted, very interesting, and with a cool sort of neon vibe.
The artwork is really nice, and the board press and stuff, put it on the table. It looks pretty cool. The game is already founded, so you know that the guys are gonna deliver the game, and we managed to actually play the game.
And it's pretty fun.
It does exist.
Yeah, it does exist. It's fine. It's enjoyable,
and it's really nice from the guys at Radical 8. Hi guys, can see they're very, very nice people. So definitely check out Spokes. You still got a few days to back it. We had a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Spokes.
For the next one, we got a 1 versus 1 games.
Yeah.
And you say that it's chess, but
it's chess.
With
cards.
1
versus 1 card battler.
Okay.
With a chess theme. So chess itself is a abstracted board game.
It is,
right? An abstracted board game, which is in and of itself is also a theme.
Yes.
So the theme of chess, so it's quite meta. We've taken the meta. Now we have a card game based on the theme of chess. So the black and white and the horses and the pieces. Anyway, So this is a game called Chess-À-Tête. Chess-À-Tête's like tête-à-tête, I guess.
Tête-à-tête,
like one for one.
Chess-À-Tête, yeah.
Chess-À-Tête. So
One
there's the name
versus
for that. So, and this is really interesting. This is taking the idea of like the chess pieces, etc., and putting it into a 1 versus 1 card battle, where you're going to be having your deck of cards, playing against your opponent. You pick black or white. You get a hand of 7 cards, and you'll be playing cards into a tableau.
Yes.
You're going to create your tableau, and your tableau will be full of things like your pawns, your rooks, your horses, your knights, your queen, your king, etc., etc. When you've got your tableau, and as you start to play cards, they're also going to have different abilities. There'll be different things and powers that will activate and maybe make people discard cards or do things like that. But what's interesting about the game is you want to be able to attack your opponent, right? If you attack your opponent by playing an attack card and they can't defend, they'll have to discard cards from their tableau.
Yeah.
And if they discard their king, then like in chess, that's the point of the game. Exactly.
But how they do the attack is very
very
interesting.
That seems pretty fun. So there are specific attack cards in the game which will do an attack value, for example, 7. I'll take 7 as a number. It will do 7 damage if you can't defend it. But in order to do that damage, you need to have specific pieces in your tableau.
Yes.
So that's where your strategy comes from. You're going to need to look at your attack cards, know what your deck might give you in terms of attacks, and set your pieces up in order to play those attack cards, while also being ready to defend with defend cards, because you know your opponent's going to do the same thing to you.
Yeah, of course. It's pretty interesting because it's this tableau building to actually achieve like attack or defense.
Yeah, specific patterns and certain types of pieces that need to be in the right place.
And using the power from each one of the pieces, like
increasing the powers of your attack, increasing your defense power, that sort of stuff as well.
It's pretty interesting. It's kind of like a different takes from in a card game, because it's like this tableau building. Yeah, it looks really interesting. It looks as well quite easy to
relatively easy to grok and play.
Up.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like a relatively light-ish card game that could be really fun if you are. I don't even know. I think I don't like chess. Wow, shoot me. I'm not smart enough to understand chess. I don't do chess, right? I like every other board game, but like, can't do chess, can't play Go. I played enough, don't need to do any more. But I feel like an easy card game that will make me feel like I'm playing chess. But more like battle-y. I think I'd quite maybe enjoy that. We'll see.
I will say, I don't think this is going to be, we don't know what the price point is going to be for this, but being just like literally a stack of cards, I don't think it's going to be that expensive. So it might be a little thing to look after, because it looks smart enough to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So go check out Chess-À-Tête.
Chess-À-Tête. Last but not least,
definitely not least,
definitely one of the games that we are most excited to see and to play it again, and I'm talking about Neon Hope.
Neon Hope was our surprise of Spiel 2024.
Yeah.
We got to play a preview copy of the first chapter,
yes,
which we absolutely loved. You can see that preview somewhere up here.
Yeah.
So do go check that out. And we both love this game, mate.
Yes.
I think this is actually such a fantastic game. This is coming out soon.
Yeah.
So this is the only game, I think, in this video that you can't back right now if you're watching it right now. But it's out like in a couple of weeks after this video.
It should be beginning of April. We're gonna leave the link down here, because this is definitely the one that we will say definitely go and have a look. We'll say Beckett, definitely go there and have a look.
At the very least, go and do that.
But what the game is, it
is a cooperative, story-driven card game.
Yeah.
Something like Arkham Horror LCG.
Yes.
Mixed with something like the theme of like Android Netrunner.
Yeah.
And you're going to be playing through different scenarios. With this wonderful hand management system, which is so enjoyable to play.
So it's if you know Arkham Horror or any other living card games, you know how daunting can be like getting into them, just because they are normally very heavy and complex with a list of icons that you need
500 keywords.
While you've all of the good things from that kind of games, we find it in Neon Hope, but with a very much more streamlined and accessible way of playing the game. And to be honest, a little bit more fun.
You can just play it. I don't have to keep reading
exactly.
these 3 manuals. It is such fun. I mean, we really love the artwork as well.
Yeah.
It's really vibrant, fantastic. The story was engaging and not too long. We're not sitting there for
No, each
15 minutes
scenario- yeah.
reading, you know, paragraphs and paragraphs of text. It's like on the back of a card.
Yes.
This sets up the story.
Yeah.
Off you go. And it's really fun. You're doing different challenges. Different challenges might unlock different reactions from the people that you interact
Yeah.
with. And there's branching storylines
Yeah.
as well, which might come and bite you in the bum later on.
Yes.
Depending on what you do. So it's
difficult. Various difficult levels that you
scaling.
can that you can select. You can, if you want, you can really play within the hardcore mode where it's really punishing, or there is like the lighter
Like
one,
story-
is the story
story
mode.
vibes,
So
yeah.
you're just like going through the story. Each character that you play will have different
Completely unique.
abilities,
Yeah.
and you can build your character going forward as you more.
There will be a hand construction thing going on, which we've been promised
Yes.
by the team over at Neon Hope. And
Yeah.
instead of having to build like a deck of 30, 40 cards or anything like that, it's a hand of like 7, 8 cards.
Seven, 8 cards. Yes, exactly.
And then you get some special items that you can get in as well. So it's a much more sort of easy,
Yeah.
accessible way
And-
of creating a cool character.
And all of this, that doesn't, it's not a bad things. It's in a cyberpunk environment that we love.
Cyberpunk. More cyberpunk. It's fantastic. We love
but
Neon
with a
Hope.
very interesting take as well on the cyber. It's not cyberpunk going in stuff like Cyberpunk 2077 or
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. It's the unique take on the cyberpunk. This like solar punk where
There is hope as well.
yeah, that not it's not all bad. There's still someone trying to do some good. So
Yeah, absolutely.
amazing stories, amazing production, amazing game. We really love this game, playing it. We can't wait to play it more. Definitely go and check out the page because it deserves it. And this is not we're not get paid for
We're
this.
paid anything.
It's just like
We love it.
We really felt this was one of the best game that we played in a long time.
So go check that out. That's Neon Hope. So Matt, that was the second edition of Crowdfund Mania 2025.
Mania.
Oh hell yeah! I love getting manic about these amazing crowdfunding games.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff out there.
Yeah, there's really good stuff. So
Interesting stuff.
definitely go check it out. Again, back responsibly.
Yeah.
Don't throw your money out of the window.
do
Go
that.
and check these games. We checked these 5 for you, but go and check the pages of each one of these games because there is a lot of work and a lot of like passion and love that goes behind this
Yeah.
project, especially for games like Neon Hope or
Fame and Fable.
like smaller
And Chess-À-Tête. All of these,
studios or one-man bands that put all their love and work and sweat behind these games, and they definitely deserve at least a little bit of a read
a
on
look.
the Kickstarter and Gamefound page.
Absolutely. But we'd like to know which of the games that we talked about today tickles your fancy. Let us know which one you might fancy spending money on, depending on your point of view. Please do that if you like that.
Yeah, and after you backed one of these games, if you do it or if you don't, and you want to back us as well with a couple of coffees,
Back
well,
us.
check the Patreon page, and
You've made it this far.
Yeah, exactly.
Click that link
you
as
might
well.
be interested in some exclusive content,
Yeah.
some random stuff behind the scene and all that things that goes in the Patreon page, and
Absolutely.
join the More Stupid family and buy us a
coffee.
or a beer.
Or a beer.
Yeah,
Whichever you
it's
like.
You can decide.
We're happy either way. Check out the rest of our videos.
Yeah.
And we're going to catch you again.
Well, click the subscribe button as well if you haven't done it out, and
I went too quickly.
we'll catch you real soon.
That was my line. Ciao.
Ciao.